everyone. Thank you for coming to Senior Parents Chapel. My co-chair, Kabrina Owsley, and I want to thank the many people who made this event today possible. The parents who are participating, acolytes, ushers, readers, speakers, the choir. Special shout out to Jamie Meredith, who spent many hours working on the program and the words of wisdom. Thank you to Reverend Goldberg and to Scott Bonasso, our fabulous choir director. We are very grateful for our reception chairs, Leslie Wade and Jen Quinn. They've planned a great celebration for us just across the breezeway in Sumner's Hall when this is over. I especially want to thank the St. John's administration. 45 minutes with a captive audience of our children, where we get to give them all the advice we've ever wanted to give. It's a senior parent's dream come true. Our theme today is the blessing of community. Our spiritual community, our educational community, our community of family and friends. We all have an interwoven network of support groups that help us in times of need and celebrate with us in times of joy. Seniors, you're ready to go out and create new communities, and that's as it should be. But today, we ask you to take a minute to reflect on the communities that got you here and the work that it took to build them. You will find, as you grow older, the groups that you've really given yourself to circle back to you in wonderful and unexpected ways. Today, we are very grateful for the community that is in this church.
O God, be present with us in this gathering. Take away the barriers that divide us and knit us together in bonds of respect and goodwill. Unite us in purpose, guide us in truth, and help us to serve one another and the wider community through wisdom, justice, and compassion. Amen. Please stand as we sing hymn 433, We Gather Together.
Please be seated. Gracious God, break down the walls that separate us, unite us in the bonds of love. Help us work through our struggle and confusion to accomplish your purposes on earth, that in good time all nations and races may serve you with commitment and in harmony. Amen.
Please join me in a moment of silence before we say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Senior class of 2026. Today is more than a celebration of where you've been. It's a quiet handoff to who you are becoming. Move forward knowing that you don't need to have everything figured out. You just need the courage to keep showing up with integrity when it's hard, humility when you're wrong, and with kindness when no one is watching. Remember that failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. The world will always reward your achievement, but your life will be shaped by your character. Move forward with gratitude, confidence, and the knowledge that none of you got here alone and none of you are leaving alone. You are carried by the love of your families, your friendships, and the memories of the community at St. John's that has shaped you, supported you, and stood beside you in thousands of unseen ways. Soon, our roles as parents shift from participants and administrators into counselors and consultants. So be gracious with us. Letting go is its own kind of courage. We are so proud of you. Congratulations, seniors, you did it.
The Man in the Arena by Theodore Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how strong the man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.
Justice Thurgood Marshall once said in his Liberty Medal acceptance speech, "None of us got where we are solely by pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We got here because somebody, a parent, a teacher, an Ivy League crony, or a few nuns bent down and helped us pick up our boots." But Marshall's list was too short. Because your boots, they were picked up by the coach who saw your potential, by musical directors who gave you a chance to solo, and by the college counselors who knew exactly when to check in and when to give space. And now, you're about to meet the people who will pick up your boots next. Roommates who'll become family at 2 a.m., mentors who'll see the version of you still becoming, and entire communities, from the SEC to ACC to Big 12 to NESCAC and NUMAC, who'll cheer for you like you've always belonged. But here's what I need you to remember. You will forever have the people in this room and the entire St. John's community standing beside you. Congratulations. Go make your mark on the world.
Alone by Maya Angelou. Lying thinking last night how to find my soul a home, where water is not thirsty and bread loaf is not stone. I came up with one thing, and I don't believe I'm wrong, that nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. There are some millionaires with money they can't use. Their wives run round like banshees. Their children sing the blues. They've got expensive doctors to cure their hearts of stone. But nobody, no nobody, can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. Now, if you listen closely, I'll tell you what I know. Storm clouds are gathering. The wind is going to blow. The race of man is suffering, and I can hear the moan, because nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone, nobody but nobody can make it out here alone.
From a lecture by Professor Elie Wiesel. How can we tolerate someone whose beliefs are fundamentally opposed to ours? I don't like the word tolerate. Who am I to tolerate you? I prefer the word respect. I must respect you, even if I don't agree with you. In fact, my disagreement may be an expression of my respect for you. If I truly respect you, don't I owe you my honesty? I hope that you encounter the other here, in this room, those who hold different beliefs, values, worldviews than you do. When you do, you're faced with a choice. The choice is to listen, or not. I hope that you listen, really listen, not to find the other's weakness, but to find his strength. To disagree, to engage with controversy, does not mean to refuse to listen. On the other hand, to agree with someone does not mean to merge with the other. We are different. We have our own histories, our own destinies.
A friend is a second self. Aristotle said that 2,400 years ago. And some of those second selves are sitting in here right now. You don't know it yet, but you will. The friend who talks you off the ledge at 2 a.m. during finals week. The one who shows up when your heart is broken. The one who makes you laugh so hard that you forget why you were ever sad. So here's my ask. Put your phone down. Look up. Shake a hand. Learn someone's name. The algorithm will never love you back, but the person sitting next to you just might. Community isn't built in a feed. It's built in a dorm room, around a dinner table, and a long car ride home. Tend it. Protect it. Show up for it. I'm looking at one of my second selves right now. These people are worth it. Thank you.
This is the season of celebrating not only your individual achievements, but the community that has carried you here. Each of you is surrounded by the love of family, the support of friends, and the guidance of teachers and mentors. In the Bible, we hear, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. A reminder that we are meant to walk together to support one another through every season of life. In the Quran, we are similarly reminded, "O humankind, we created you from a single pair and made you into nations and tribes so that you may know one another." This teaches us that our differences are not divisions, but invitations to connect. As you step into the future, be the person who welcomes others, be the one who lifts someone when they fall, and be the bridge that brings people together. Because when we live in community with compassion and respect and love, we continue to soften our hearts and work towards a goal of perfecting this life and what awaits us after. May your journey forward be blessed, and may you never walk alone.
The tapestry of us. No person is an island, uniquely standing alone, but a thread in a tapestry uniquely sewn. When one thread pulls, the whole cloth feels the strain, but together we weave through sunshine and rain. A hand in the darkness, a voice in the cheer. Community builds, casting out lonely fear. It's the nod from a neighbor, the strength of the crowd, sharing the silence, singing out loud. Through shared tears and laughter, the bond becomes tight, turning individual darkness into communal light. For we are not islands, but a vast ocean side, finding our courage in the turn of the tide. Author unknown.
Our speaker today is the beloved Virgil Campbell. Virgil strongly advised me to keep this very short, and he's a lot bigger and stronger than I am, so I'm going to do what he told me to do. Coach Campbell is the director of strength and conditioning at St. John's, where he started working 19 years ago in 2007. Virgil is a native Houstonian who was a two-sport athlete at Texas Southern University in football and track and field, where he threw shot put and discus. Before coming to St. John's, he was a strength and conditioning coach for the University of Houston, the San Francisco 49ers, San Jose State University, and the Houston Texans. Y'all, of course, know him as Coach or Janai's dad. Coach, take over.
Thank you, Bruce. Good morning. I've been fortunate enough to serve this community since 2007. And somehow during all that time, I've managed to fly under the radar and be chosen as a chapel speaker. Until now, I had a great run. But honestly, it's an honor to be here with you today to talk about something that has meant so much to me over the years. Community. Not just what it is, but who we are and what makes this place so special. I was recently talking with Coach Mercado, and we got on the topic of getting older. I mentioned how my father-in-law once told me, and always warned me, as we age, we tend to get a little bit more emotional. And I'll be honest, I think he was right. I say that now because there's a very real chance I might not make it through this without getting emotional. I'm serious. So if that happens, just bear with me. But maybe that's what part of community does. It softens us. It reminds us what really matters. It connects us in ways that go far beyond what we do day to day. Because community isn't just place, it's people. It's the people who show up, not just when things are easy, but when things are hard. It's the friends who check in. It's the family who stands by you. It's the coaches and teachers who push you to be better, even when you don't think you can be. Over the years, I've seen what that kind of support looks like. I've seen people walk through failure, loss, pressure, and doubt. And in those moments, something powerful happens. People step in. They encourage each other. They support. They remind each other, you are not alone. There's a quote adapted from a child psychologist that I always refer back to when times are a little bit tougher for me. His name's Haim Ginott, and it reads, "I've come to the frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element in the gym, on the field, or in the classroom. It is my personal approach that creates the climate. It's my daily mood that makes the weather. As a coach, I possess tremendous power to make an athlete's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of harm or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis will be escalated or de-escalated, and an athlete humanized or dehumanized." That idea doesn't just apply to coaches or teachers. It applies to all of us. Every single day, in every interaction, we have a choice. We can tear people down, or we can lift them up. We can ignore someone who's struggling, or we can reach out. And those choices are what shape a community. Adversity is something we all face. It's unavoidable. But what makes the difference is whether we face it alone or together. Because when you're a part of a strong community, you don't have to carry everything by yourself. You have people to walk with you. People who remind you of your strength when you forget it. People who stand beside you no matter what. And over time, you realize something important. Community isn't just about receiving support, it's about giving it. It's about being the person who shows up, the one who encourages, the one who makes someone else feel seen, valued, and supported. That is what makes St. John's so special. It's not just what we do, it's how we treat each other while we're doing it. So maybe getting older does make you a little more emotional. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it just means you've experienced enough to understand how important people really are. So I'll leave you with this, class of 2026. Be the reason someone feels like they belong. Be the reason someone keeps going when things get hard. Be the kind of person who makes this community stronger. Because in the end, community isn't just where we are, it's who we choose to be for each other. And that is what makes all the difference. Thank you.
May the rose rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.